After a year of rocking the gloss strips, I finally decided to put the glaze strips to the test. In this video, I'll reveal the pros and cons as well as the surprising results of my comparison. Whether you're a longtime gloss fan or you're just curious about trying the glaze, you won't want to miss what I've discovered. Stick around to the end to see my initial impression thoughts on how the two of them compare to each other. For today's comparison, I'm wearing a mix of two different gloss strips. I've had them on for 38 days. Yes, that's almost 6 weeks. They still look great apart from some grow out. I've trimmed my nails as they grew, but the stickers have stayed on remarkably well. Today, I'm trying Dashing Diva's new matching Mani Pedikini kit in the shade Eye Candy. The kit includes a mini LED lamp, a cord, and the semi-cured gel strips for both a mani and a pedi. I'm impressed that they included 33 pedicure strips. You can easily get multiple pedicures out of them by trimming them down or cutting them in half. I managed a full pedicure with just 6 strips. However, the kit only includes 22 manicure strips, which is less than their usual 34. Despite this, the kit is still a really great deal at $17, offering multiple pedicures, possibly 2 manicures, and a mini LED lamp. I'll start by removing the gloss strips. I've always appreciated how easy it is to remove the gloss strips without damaging my natural nail. I'm curious to see how the glaze strips will compare in removal, but I'll cover that in a separate video since I don't want to delay sharing this one. After removing the gloss strips, I'll prep my nails as usual. If you're interested in my prep routine, which helps my nails last way beyond the advertised 2 weeks, check out my recent video on Dashing Diva's nail gloss strips. I'll link that down in the description. With my nails prepped, it's time to get started. The entire process of applying, curing, and trimming only took me 38 minutes while watching a TV show. The application of the glaze strips is similar to the gloss strips, with just a few key differences. First, I chose a strip, peeled it off, and placed it on my nail. If you're in between sizes, it's best to size down so that you can ensure a strong bond without interference from the cuticle. Then I used the included cuticle stick to press down firmly along the cuticles, as this is where they're more likely to lift. After trimming the excess with nail scissors, I repeated this process for all the nails on my left hand. Once all the strips were on, I cured them under the LED lamp for 90 seconds, even though the lamp is timed for 45 seconds. I definitely went overboard with the curing time to ensure longevity. After curing, I used the included file to file them down to match the length of my natural nail. In my previous video on the gloss strips, I talked about why I don't love this filing method, but since this was my first time using the glaze strips, I decided to follow the directions with my left hand. Now, on my right hand, I decided to get a bit creative and experiment. I started with testing the LED light to see how firm the nail strips would actually get. After applying the first strip to my thumb, I cured it for 45 seconds. You can see that it firmed up, but it was still pretty flexible, so I cured it for another 45 seconds. It became significantly firmer. I was worried that a third cure would make it too difficult to trim, so I trimmed it off now and moved on to my other nails, applying them as I normally would with the gloss set. I found that the glaze strips were easier to apply than the gloss strips, likely because they're thicker and easier to manipulate. They also don't crease or show the divots from my natural nails, which was a problem I frequently ran into with the gloss sets because they were just so thin. After applying all the strips, I used the cuticle stick to ensure that they were well adhered, and it cured them for another 90 seconds. For trimming, I used a nail clipper on my right hand instead of filing, which looked much cleaner. I also intentionally left a couple of strips, specifically my index finger and pinky, slightly longer than my natural nail to test their durability. The directions warn against this, saying that any overhang will cause chipping or cracking. At the time of editing this video, I've had these on for about a week, and so far I've not noticed any negative difference to leaving them longer than my natural nail. To finish, I cured the tops and undersides of the tips for an extra 45 seconds each. Was this overkill? Maybe, but if that extra 3 minutes helps them last longer, then I'll count it as a win. I also tested the pedicure set, but I didn't cure those for as long, and they're noticeably less strong. I'm excited to see how these glaze strips last, and we'll be back with a detailed review on their wear time as well as how the removal process goes. I'll also share which application method worked best for me after a few weeks of wear. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss the follow-up video. Lastly, if you're ready to try Dashing Diva's glaze strips for yourself, click the link down in the description to order. Enter your email and you'll even get 20% off your first order. Thanks again for watching, and Winnie and I will see you in the next video.